from a pure quarterbacking standpoint, who is Ronald?
Let's go, gentlemen! Hey, it's the heavyweight fight tonight!
Cook still going. Beautiful moves. Dalvin Cook out of bounds.
Intercepted again. Howard has one. My gosh, Xavier Howard has now picked up. Are looking to throw. Back in the end zone.
Waller with strong hands and a touchdown.
Looking deep towards the end zone. Great adjustment and the catch. Touchdown.
Convert here. He's down the left side and making the catch. Is Darren Waller.
Yo, are you guys ready? It is week 3 fantasy football boot camp. We are back in the building, man. It is Flojo, 7 o'clock, piggy bank picks, and y'all know what time it is. What time is it?
It's 7 o'clock, bro. You already know.
Yeah.
Hey, rule number 1, we butcher names on this show. It's not intentional, but we gonna butcher some names. Rule number 2, this show is intended for the guys who can't make the playoffs and the newbies. Not to say that you veterans can't soak up a little bit of game, but this is intended for the newer people in fantasy or the people that just flat out suck. Flojo, let's talk about Thursday night football. What you got for the folks?
Yo, right? The game they put on schedule, you're like, what happened? Did somebody mess up? Why are we watching this on a Thursday night? Back-to-back weeks, amazing games, right? This, we kind of, bar was a little bit low, let's be real. Texans, terrible team. Tyrod went down. Only one bright spot, got no shares, super bummed. Piggy's boy, Brandin Cooks, and that boy is eating and he's cooking something nice. Balled out again, bro. I saw him in 4 leagues, a little bit hurt. But biggest news of the night, right? CMC, hammy, 3 to 4, possibly 5 weeks. We'll see what happens. Can Chuba step into the limelight, carry the load, and do work, right? Also, check by my first call, and we'll get there on my guys this week, and it's a little bit early.
Look at him.
But you already know my boy DJ Moore, 12 targets, 8 catches, $126. Should have got in the end zone, but he nice, man. He is the focal point of that offense now, and I'm happy. I got some shares.
What you got for the folks, Piggy?
Come on, man. The Panthers are 3-0. Sam Darnold looking good. The Panthers defense is for real. They showed a little glimpse last year. And yeah, the big news that everyone's going to want to talk about, run CMC, he's down. And we don't know how long he's not going to be running the hamstring. We got to see what kind of grade it is. Is it a 1, 2, or 3? Last year, let's say worst case scenario, Eckler, hamstring off the bone, and that was a grade 3. That took him 6 weeks. Now, best case scenario, he's out for a couple weeks. So, adjust accordingly. And then, yeah, man, my boy Brandin Cooks, my wide receiver too, in a lot of leagues that, we are all in. And man, he's doing work, man. Look. There was a rookie quarterback, and he still got a lot of targets. All right, he got 11 targets. Before that, week 1 and 2, he had I think something ridiculous, 45% of the targets of all receivers on his team. So, hey, with volume, that's all you need in fantasy, baby. And I'm gonna keep it very humble and all that. Then I'm giving it to my boy 7, and he could take it from here.
Hey, good game, solid game. You had a few bright spots you guys already touched on. Hopefully you guys got some shares and handcuffed. All you CMC owners handcuffed Chuba. We talked about handcuffs during the off season. Some people say they're not worth it. This is why you do it. As you see, not Brandin Cooks, but Dalvin Cook has a minor injury, a little ankle sprain. That's why you draft Madison. Right now, Tony Pollard back-to-back games is outscoring Ezekiel Elliott. This is why when you spend draft capital on those first and second rounders, you must get that handcuff. You must. It's an absolute. Spend the draft capital. You already got your starters. Get the handcuff. It's insurance. You're not going to buy a Benz or a Ferrari and not get insurance. But let's move on to the player profile, man. Clyde Edwards-Helaire Piggy, talk to the folks, man. This guy was a first-round draft pick. Hasn't really lived up to the hype. He in fantasy, he was a kind of borderline for second. He was a bona fide second rounder in most leagues this year, and he's not returning a lot of value or return on investment for a lot of owners. Give us your synopsis on Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
All right, man. Let's keep it real simple. Darrell Williams got a touchdown last week. It wasn't Helaire. Okay. Also, Helaire fumbles the ball that ultimately cost the Chiefs the game, and that kind of stuff could put you in a doghouse. Now, I don't think he's necessarily going to be there, but hey, we'll see. And then another thing too, man, is just that he hasn't reached 50 yards in none of these games, and his, he's averaging 13 and a half attempts. That's not good at all, man. 0 touchdowns. Hey, but there's some good news, y'all. And all the targets that he got, he's caught everyone. The only problem is it's only been 3. So that's not good, man. Oh, and the upcoming games is not looking good either, bro. So the Chargers, you guys got to hope and pray as owners of Helaire that he goes off to the Chargers and sell high. Because after that, I mean, we're talking about Philadelphia, Buffalo, Washington football team. Those are teams that are not going to get either stingy versus the run. And the way Hilaire's playing, it looks like he's going to plummet his value. So that's what I got to say about Helaire, man. I think it's time to hit the panic button if he cannot come through week 3 where you need to sell him.
Ooh, Flojo, if you have stakes in CEH, what are you advising our newbies and our bottom feeders that are our conglomerate, the people who watch Bootcamp and are trying to get out of the doghouse? What advice do you have for them?
Yo, man, Piggy already said it, dude. What are you going to do? Right? You can't, no one wants to buy him. You can't package him. You can't try to flip the script. You're going to say, hey, my man, why don't you rewind back to week 1 of last year against the Texans when you had the one play that you ever looked good on in the NFL? Because I watched some tape. Tape don't lie. You know what I'm saying? This dude has no tape. He has one play. You know what I'm saying? He is bottom 5 in the NFL in every major statistic that matters. Okay? Elusiveness, ability to, breaking tackles, avoiding tackles. Those things are what basically tell you that the running back is good. He is not good. We all missed. I'm guilty, right? I have 2 shares. I sold one, so I managed to do it. It is possible, but you got to hold. You got to pray, like Piggy said. Let him have 100 yards total and a touch this week, and then you can get back on that horse, right? Told you CEH can do it. He's in this offense, right? Draft capital. He's going to see love. This dude is not good, all right? And like I said, I fell victim. Draft capital, amazing in the past. They don't throw him the ball. Piggy said it, 3 targets, bro. That's not going to get it done. So if he ain't seeing targets and he's a terrible runner and he has never shown us anything on tape, the dude's out for me, bro. And I'm really, really concerned for his value rest of the season, especially when you mentioned that schedule coming up too. Let's all hope and pray he can do something, man, so we can sell. Bet.
Hey, man, it's never a good thing when Derrick Henry has more receptions than you. It's never a good thing, especially when that's what they drafted you for. How much does Kelsey play a factor into him not getting involved in the passing game? Because we know Pat likes to go vertical, but instead of checking down to the running back, he hits up probably a top 4 all-time tight end when it's said and done. How much does Kelsey play a factor into his volume in the passing game? Because I saw him as like a Darren Sproles and Naheem Hines type player. I never thought of him being I was surprised they took him where they took him at the end of the first. And I never thought that he would be, a Deuce Staley, like a smaller, MJD. Always thought of him as more of a third down back. But what role does Kels play in him not being involved in that aerial attack?
Major.
Yeah,
major, bro.
Hey, but let's be real though. Kels has been doing it, I think, 5 years in a row. That's way before Edwards-Helaire got in the league. Mm-hmm. So to me, bro, nothing's changed. He's still that dude. He's as consistent as it's going to get.
Yeah.
Yes, of course, in that range, short, intermediate, maybe that's where they would use CEH. And you're better coach than this, man. And there's a reason why he's not getting him the ball. None of us really know what it is, but I have a good idea. If you make it to a Super Bowl and then you win a Super Bowl, whatever you're doing is working. So keep doing what you're doing, dog. And if it doesn't involve him, so be it. You got the players and the pieces to get to the dance and win. That's what the NFL is about.
Let me say this.
Great point.
Let me say this. real quick about CEH. Week 8 to week 11, CH has some juicy matchups. So when it comes to the trade deadline, or when guys already gave up on this man, this guy's gonna be
I like that.
All right, so we saw someone like Monty. We saw someone like, old dude with the Colts. That our boy bald guy likes a lot, JT.
Jay Taylor. Shout out bald guy. Shout out Wicks for Kids.
Yes, sir. They had a great, second half. Now, I'm not saying CH is going to have a great second half, that he's going to be a, RB1 like those guys were last year. But I'm saying he'll shoot up back to the RB2 upper echelon, if you will. In week 8 to 11, he's going to get his, his money's worth. So that's someone that I would target CH later in, week 7, trade for him. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. Trust me. After these bad games, it might even be on the waiver wire. So I'm just saying, go trade for him. It ain't gonna cost you much. But yeah, definitely panic button if week 3 doesn't work out.
Nice. Moving on to segment number 3. But before we start segment number 3, shout out to our host. Shout out to the Fantasy Football Network, man. Please, if you have a moment, like, subscribe, smash People's Elbow, Rock Bottom, Stone Cold Stunner, whatever. Hit that button, man. Hook us up. We appreciate it. It means a lot more than you guys realize. Hit up them comments. Let us know what we can work on. We appreciate that. Moving on to segment number 3, recap. Is it a 3-way? Is it a 3-way tie?
You said 3-way?
Is it a 3-way?
It's a 3-way.
Hawk did what he had to do Monday night, and DJ Moore did what he had to do versus the Jets. So I went 2 for 4. What about you guys?
Yeah, I went 2 for 4 because Allen Robinson couldn't just get, more than 20 yards. I mean, he had a touchdown, but I don't know, feed the man. That's all I got to say.
Free A-Rob.
Yo, let's be real though. I think A-Rod dropped a TD though. I think that that's been put on wax. Your boy 2 out of 4 too. Let's speak the facts though. Josh Allen gets in the end zone on that last play. I probably win 1 or 2 matchups, and I'm running this back 3 out of 4 and taking my belt.
Come on, you can't talk about.
But it's all right. We can watch it.
Hey,
talk about come on, man. Same thing.
I know.
Week three. I got Herbie versus Casey. Herbie didn't deliver versus Dallas. He gonna have to deliver, because they're gonna play from behind. It's gonna be a shootout. I got Herbie versus Casey. What about you, Flojo? Who's your quarterback this week? Yo,
guess who's been in the kitchen? Guess who's been cooking? Right, your boy Russ Wilson. This dude. Look, deja vu from last year, beginning of the season, on fire. We'll see if it continues, but Russ, so far, that what he's shown in the beginning of the years, he fades, and hopefully that's not the case this year. He is he's different, bro. PFF last 4 years, okay, 95th percentile on an average. He is the most accurate quarterback throwing the ball 20 yards or more down the field. All right, 2 years he's been number 3, 2 years he's been number 1. That's not by accident. That's consistent. That's what he does. Couple shakes, gets out of the pocket. The moon ball master, right? This week, the chef is going to keep cooking and the people are going to keep eating. Tyler Lockett, wide receiver 1. Come on, bro. DK's on deck too. DK's about to eat. So right now I got my boy Russ.
Get in there, Piggy. Who's your quarterback this week?
Oh man, Matthew Stafford, LA. We over here in LA, right? Well, I'm in LA. You feel me? Los Angeles, California. And guess who's coming over here? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the champions. And the Buccaneers, been giving up 350 yards on average the first 2 weeks and 2.5 touchdowns. And my boy Stafford's been averaging about 300 yards and 2.5 touchdowns. So that sounds like a pretty good week to me. And if you want to beat Tom Brady, if you want to beat the best, you can't settle for field goals. You got to get touchdowns. So Matthew Stafford's know what it is. And, Los Angeles is going to be loud. SoFi is going to be loud. So I'm telling you, it's going to be fireworks. Cup is going to do the thing. And look, bro, the Buccaneers got no secondary. Just see my boy Matthew Stafford do his thing.
Nice. Running back, I wanted to go Tyson, but I'm going to go Chase Edmonds, man. Dual threat. I think he's going to get it done by land and by air. He might even fall in and get a biscuit. Jacksonville, I love the matchup. I told you Urban Meyer ain't built for the NFL, and I'm going to stick with it. Chase Edmonds is my running back. I'm going to keep it short and simple. I'm gonna go back to you. Reverse Uno card. Who you got, Piggy?
Oh man, I'm going with Shake and Baquan. Saquan Barkley.
Oh.
I mean, come
hey,
on.
Flojo been ready to hear that, bro.
Get ready. Hey, I didn't like him much last week or the week before that, but guess what? Barkley's back. He got the 80% snap rate, right, last week. So this time they're gonna let him go. Those first matchups, the Broncos, and come on, who did he play? The Washington football team. Those are some tough defenses. Atlanta, bro. They're gonna give it up to Barkley, bro, because Barkley's gonna get. I think I'm gonna say 18 to 20 carries, bro. I really think they're really going to give him that workload. And we all heard early in the offseason, week 3 is when they were going to really let him go. That was the number they were saying. So I'm ready for some Barkley.
Yeah, love that call. Finally, bro. Finally. That's all right though, because Barkley's my guy. But guess what? I got a new guy. Ooh. Javonte Williams, right? He was honorable mention last week. Didn't hit. Guess what? This week, he is on the My Guys, and I'll tell you why. All right. We already know about the tape. We already know what he does. Only one player in the NFL has more forced missed tackles than Javonte Williams. All right. Piggy's boy, the Mr. Lunch Pail and a Biscuit, Mr. Lace Up the Bootstraps, right? Nick Chubb. Javonte has one less forced missed tackle than Nick Chubb. And he also has one more carry, so it's not about not seeing volume. My man does work, shakes in the hole. You already know. It's my guy.
Receiver. I'm going Kenny Golladay. If you've watched football, you know one thing. When a receiver gets in the offensive coordinator's behind, the next week, he's going to eat. I fully expect 8 to 9 targets. He's playing Atlanta. Atlanta couldn't stop a nosebleed. I got KG going for 100 in a biscuit. Ooh. Who you got, Flojo?
Yo, like that call. Hope his hip's okay, because I know a couple practice reports he's going a little easy. Yeah. But tomorrow should be a little more telling.
He'd be all right.
Yeah, he'd be all right. And I like that too, right? Squeaky wheel. And you paid him, man, so feed him.
You gotta feed him.
My guy, and look, and I know this is coming out Saturday, but just so everyone knows, when I dropped my guys, it was before the game tonight, and it was DJ Moore. And I set that up nicely in the beginning. 12 targets, 8 catches, $126. Focal point of that offense in the slot. Top 10 in targets. Okay, my man's already in the end zone. The season is looking nice. Darnold came through, and that's what he does. He hyper targets the slot. Exactly what's going down. DJ Moore is smooth, baby. My man is so smooth with it. It's going to be a nice year. Just acquired in a trade as well. So you know what I'm saying, I'm with that DJ Moore this weekend. It's already a check mark, by the way. So you guys are already chasing.
Yeah. This guy, get in there, Piggy. Who you got?
Come on, man. Look, I'm gonna take my gardener's name is Julio, and I'm gonna take my boy Julio. Come on, man.
Yeah, boy.
Gonna do work. Look, the Indianapolis Colts, when they lost, who was Xavier Rhodes or whatever the hell his name is, their cornerback too, they haven't been the same. You know why? Because Lockett ate him up, the wide receiver too, and who ate him the week before that? Cup. And I know people think he's wide receiver 1, but he was playing that too, right? So anyways, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all, that Julio Jones is going to be playing some unknown guy that we do not care about. And we saw him last week. He got that touchdown, all right? That was a touchdown, damn it. And I don't care what no one says. So this time, Julio is about to get that touchdown. And Ryan Tannehill still hasn't had a good game yet. This is going to be a little better for Julio because I feel like Tannehill brings it up a notch. And my dude is a gold jacket, just walking around. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he got, some decent numbers. He's competing with A.J. Brown. Everyone says that A.J. Brown is so much better. I don't know about that, man, because my boy Julio ready to put work this week. He's about to show you.
I like it. Last but not least, tight ends, man. Flojo, who you got as your tight end this week?
Yo, man, I got the man on the team in Washington, right? Mr. Logan Thomas, big dog, XQB. He's getting up there, right? He's old. He's a couple years younger than me.
Logan.
Yo,
better watch out for Cyclops.
Yo. So here's the deal, though. Okay, Henneke. I'm not sold. Let's be real, but I like what I've seen with the kid from last year, carried on to this year, thrust into the limelight, right? Based off an injury. What does he do? My man comes out, 9 incompletions, scrambles, athletic, accurate. Fed Scary Terry. They got no other options. Logan Thomas, top 10 in targets, top 10 in receptions, top 10 in touchdowns right now. That trend is going to continue.
I like it.
Especially this week. My boy this week, Logan Thomas.
Nice, clean. I'm going to go with Mark Andrews versus Detroit. Detroit's given up a lot of points per game, and I think he's due. He hasn't really hit the scene like he should have. I know it's been the Hollywood show. I think it gets back to Mark Andrews. Lamar Jackson kind of under the weather. Going to go back to his bread and butter, which is Mark Andrews. He excels in that seam route, and I think he could easily get 70 yards in a biscuit. So my pick is Mark Andrews. Who you got, Piggy?
I'm gonna go with my boy Noah Fant because you guys already know I'm on that boat. I'm on Noah's Ark, and he back-to-back weeks. He's shown that he's that dude, and I feel like this game that they're gonna be playing, it's gonna be a little, the Jets should be an easy game, and Noah should eat. I think that Noah's just gonna make me 4 for 4. I said it last week, bro, but this week I got to. I can't. This 2 and 4, 3 and 4 ain't good enough for me, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna be 4 for 4. I don't like tying with nobody, bro. There ain't no tie. This ain't overtime. All right, bro. Enough. No,
I like it. Moving on to segment number 4. Recent news. Your boy AB got the Cub 1919. And it could mean somebody's going to eat. Whoever doesn't have Ramsey shadowing them probably should do well for themselves. You finally have someone missing. You knew with Gronk, AB, Evans, and Godwin, there was always going to be an odd man out. AB is excusing himself this week, but someone else is not going to eat because that boy Ramsey is going to be shadowing them. Who you guys think is going to do well in AB's absence?
Well,
go ahead, Piggy.
Something crazy. Maybe it's like Scotty Miller, bro. Something crazy. Maybe look, I know that sounds wild. But I mean,
Floater gave him the poop.
It's okay. Because look, man, I mean, we don't really know.
Right.
I mean, Godwin could play he plays the slot, but he could play the outside too. And it would make more sense to put Godwin to the outside and put Scotty Miller inside. Or maybe the two more 12-man personnel, and you see OJ Howard finally or Bray finally
twin tight end. I like it.
And with Gronk, I mean, if anyone's going to really eat, let's be real, it's going to be Gronk again. Like I called it last week, right? I mean, I figured you get 2 biscuits, and then even on the live, I was telling people like, "Yo, Kyle Pitts is going to be shown how this is done by Gronk," and it happened. But anyways, it's going to be Godwin and Gronk. But I mean, I just want to throw a wild one in there, and then like, hey, look, what happened? Scotty Miller, bro. I'm gonna say that. I think he gets in the lineup somehow, some way, and let's see what that does.
Scotty don't, bro. We all watch Austin Powers. You know what I'm saying? Scotty, no.
Scotty
don't. Hey, matchup wise, right? Jalen Ramsey probably going to be on Mike Evans. Big, tall, aggressive. If I'm the Rams, though, I'm trying to lock up Godwin. Man, I think is the best route runner. He's going to be doing work over the middle. I think. And I heard something too, man. Gronk started I think weeks 3 through 6 last year. He was like tight end 4, 6, and 1, and then like 38. And to Piggy's point, that's when OJ Howard kind of got in the mix, right? And he fell all the way back to 39. Gronk could be someone you might want to sell. All right. I know it doesn't sound great. You think that it's going to last forever, but if last year is any, glimpse into the future, all right, this is kind of what went down last year. I'm not saying I would. That's a tough. You better be getting max value for Gronk because tight end is sketchy. So I get that, but I don't know how consistent that's going to be based off of what you just said, Seven. AB, Mike Evans, Godwin, Gronk. Like there's going to be games where people are going to you can't do that. You can't feed 5 dudes, even if you're Brady throwing 50 touchdowns like my boy Piggy called. So I don't know how it really is going to look, but if I'm the Rams, I'm shadowing Godwin because he's by far the wide receiver 1 on that team.
Interesting. OBJ supposed to make his season debut week 3. Just so happened that his brother, his partner in arms, Jarvis Juice Landry, is out possibly 3 to 4 weeks. What do we expect from Odell? Especially with no juice. That's a different look. Can we expect, moderate 5 to 6 looks, touches? Can we expect double digit? What are your realistic expectations for OBJ's debut week 3? Piggy, get in there.
Man, look, if Stefanski and the offensive coordinator get together, they have to put the ball in OBJ's hands early and often. That's how you get a diva to shut up. Be like, get him the ball early, and then maybe gets into a rhythm and gets into a groove. I mean, they're gonna have to put points up this week, I feel like, and Baker has to prove something because the Chicago Bears, they're kind of stingy when it comes to the run. Chubb is gonna get his. I'm not too sure about Hunt though. So with that being said, definitely OBJ, you're gonna have to step up, bro. You have to step up, and I think that he can. I mean, he's gonna have a few games. He's talented. I never said he isn't. It's just that, is he available all the time? And also, is he a great fit when Jarvis is out there, because Baker plays better without OBJ. But hey, now it's kind of like a forced situation, and if that's what it is, then you got to make the best of it. I think he can be a decent flex play, but not something I advise if you have better options.
I like it. Flojo, what you got for the folks?
Yo, that's real talk. But what I'm curious about, bro, is like, what happened? Was there a setback? Why did my man miss 2 games? Like, we're in the dark with that, right? So now all of a sudden he's good to go because they need him. Is he going to be on a snap count? How's he really going to look? Because to me, week 1 when he was warming up, he looked good. He was cutting, he was doing his thing. OBJ's fresh, bro. He definitely looks the part, right? But if you want to look at some stats, my man hasn't really done much since the Giants. So, Piggy said it too. Best ability is availability. My man is available. He's going to play. I'd consider throwing him my flex because he's the only option there in the passing game. But I'm a little concerned because I want to know why you missed 2 weeks. Everything seemed like it was lined up right. So something's got to be bubbling underneath the spot. But he's a flex star, man. I think he could do worse for sure.
Yeah, I think it's him and the Austin Hooper show. We'll see what happens. I think did they play Chicago? That might be escaping me, but I think they might play Chicago. That's a little bit stingy defense. They're not what they used to be, but they still pretty stingy. Last but not least, man, brother Tua went down. Dolphins, Jacoby Brissett, next man up. What does this mean for the Gaskins, Fuller, and Waddle owners out there, man? Flojo, what do you got for us? Are you selling? Are you buying? Is anyone worth salvaging?
Prayers up to my boy Piggy and his squad. That's first things first, right? Take that and light a candle for my boy. Because guess what? When I watched that game, right when Tua went out, Jalen Waddle didn't see another target. Okay. Every position on that offense took a hit. Now they have a week to game plan, right? We saw, what Brissett did. I think he had a spot start against New England a year or 2 ago. My man played nice. He's not terrible, but he was checking the ball down to Gaskin quite a bit. All right. But complete inefficient offense. All weapons take a hit. You can't buy anybody. Tua, they said a fracture is better than actually the bruised cartilage. So generally, fracture 4 to 6 weeks, ribs might be a little bit different. You're kind of bummed, man, because this was supposed to be it for Tua. He was feeding Jalen Waddle, right? Jalen Waddle, he's a nice player, bro. But to not get a target once Brisket came into the game, it's a bad look. We'll see. Maybe he pushes the ball down to Will Fuller. Maybe Devontae Parker steps back into some type of value. But for now, man, you're kind of just bummed about all pieces.
Are you fading all everyone except Gaskins? Or are you fading everyone right now?
I mean, you kind of got to play Gaskin, I think, right? You took him in the 5th, so.
Yeah, I feel you. Piggy, your thoughts. You're the expert. You're the Dolphins ambassador to the fantasy football community. Talk to us.
Man, look, the Dolphins' bigger problem than losing Tua is the offensive line. 55% of the time, there's pressure in the quarterback's face. That's historically bad numbers. So I'm gonna say one thing for my boy Tua, to say that it's like this dude's a bust or something. I mean, look at Mahomes and look at those. Those are the exact same numbers he was facing in the Super Bowl, and that's Patrick Mahomes. But anyways, what I'm trying to say when it comes to fantasy football, I mean, Will Fuller, I don't like it because if the offensive line can't block, then there ain't nothing developing down deep. And then, I mean, he might get a couple things, but I'm gonna be real. Jacoby, he ain't accurate, bro. He don't have a nice ball like a nice, like, tight spiral, and he's kind of lanky, kind of goofy to me, but whatever. I mean, Gaskin is the only one that's maybe has a little bit of value because he has a couple, hard matchups. We'll get those checkdowns. He will, he's athletic enough that he could definitely bust one. But yeah, everyone else, man, Waddle, Parker, Fuller. I don't even have to mention Gesicki's name because he's a fraud tight end trying to play receiver. But yeah, all those guys, bro, I ain't trying to touch any of them. And yeah, just being real, I ain't liking the Dolphins. Damn you, media.
Man, hopefully Tua can get back in there, man. I think we're all rooting for him. You never like to see anyone get hurt. But man, that concludes episode 3, week 3 for the Fantasy Football Bootcamp, presented to you by the Fantasy Football Network. Please go subscribe both IGs, both YouTube, their YouTube, and hit that like button, man. Like I said, man, we're still new, we're still raw. We're here to cater to the newbies and the guys getting jiggy with the scuba man at the bottom of the fish pool. Any final words, any final thoughts, gentlemen, before we call it a night?
Yeah, real quick, man. Shout out to Seven, right? You're on that Saturday Night Live tip, right? So make sure you tune in on the network. All right. Obviously, we be dropping on, that's Friday Night Live, right?
Friday, Fantasy Night Live on Saturday nights. Oh,
it's on Saturday. Okay, my bad.
No,
shout out to Sloppy Sundays, right? You got boot camp on Saturdays. We got so much stuff on deck. Like my boy said, subscribe, check us out, man. We got a lot of fly people on the station. And, we're just looking for your guys' support, man, because we're putting in work for you.
For real. That concludes episode 3, man. Thank you guys. Take care. We'll see you guys next Saturday. Peace.